Welcome, everyone, and thank you so much for spending some of your time with the best topic that HPE has, innovating inside our data center. Today, we're going to build confidence in HPE DCN. I'm going to go through addressing some of the top DCN challenges that we face as solution architects and how HPE is the vendor that addresses those problems. So, today, let's get started. I want us to think of our data center as a busy city of traffic networks. And for too long, we've been trying to manage its traffic flows with outdated architectures and tool sets. Problem number one. Firstly, network security using centralized firewalls is a 2-decade-old network architecture that fails to keep up with today's performance and security requirements. It's like having a single traffic light intersection in the middle of Bangkok. It creates massive congestion, latency, and during firewall maintenance windows, which honestly we need to patch often nowadays, there's service impact for failover, which we just can't have within our data centers. Also, this hard perimeter architecture requires running multicast and other traffic through the firewall, which is not always a good security practice or good practice in general. Plus, the sheer cost of redundancy, especially in a single enforcement point or two enforcement points, often compromises security by ignoring microsegmentation, which is the foundation of zero trust. So let's ask ourselves, how do our customers enforce true zero trust networking today? The answer is, with firewalls, they can't. Some try to solve this with software agents like VMware NSX. Or firewall agents on operating systems are like individual traffic controllers who can't be everywhere, especially on critical systems like ClearPass where you can't install an agent. And what about other traffic like storage, management networks, or third-party systems? Often these are the most vulnerable and forgotten about in our DCs. Enforcement in software is always a catch-up game. You're never 100% of the workloads. And you're taxing precious CPU cycles and memories that we should use for production workloads. And the cost of managing software and agents increases as traffic systems grow. Often it's by a subscription-based licensing agreement. Alright, problem number 3. Relying only on the firewall for visibility is like monitoring Bangkok with just a single intersection camera. We miss 80% of the traffic, the side streets, the back alleys, the east-west traffic flows. Feeding AI and machine learning also requires complete data sets, but installing enough traffic cameras, or in this case network taps, is difficult and costly to maintain. It also leads to vendor lock-in. Again, it's often a catch-up game where we aren't able to appropriately tap or digest the telemetry we need to make accurate decisions. Lastly, let's think about the complexities to scale this out to an extra data center, or an extra rack, or an extra just a workload. These taps result in different software versions, extra generations of probes, and it results in more administrative overhead. So, in centralized enforcement architectures, we have a congested city with a single overwhelmed traffic light. Secondly, we have fragmented visibility, and it takes forever to wait for that security network resource to come and provide some extra ports. HPE DCN is the smarter approach. So, the solution: Aruba CX DCN. Instead of a firewall bottleneck, imagine a network of intelligent traffic intersections, each switch with its own built-in control. This distributed intelligence enables smooth traffic flow, non-blocking throughput, low latency, non-impacting redundancy, and unlike centralized enforcement, no single failure is going to break anything. Trying to get this performance out of a firewall is like asking one traffic light to manage all of Bangkok. The CX10K builds security and visibility into every intersection, while also reducing our reliance on those end-of-road technologies and agents. So what? This is where it becomes exciting. By monitoring traffic at every intersection, we can use tools like Elastiflow to make sense of the data, like a sudden surge of suspicious traffic. What we're seeing displayed here is a security incident where an actor is using RDP to brute force into a server in our server farm. Here we can see the when it was occurring, whether the access is normal, and compare what is typical for other servers in this same environment. In this example, we have anomaly detection enabled and triggering alerts for excessive attempts in RDP in particular. In this example, we're trending a typical 4.1 sessions of RDP traffic in our entire farm, and what we're seeing is over 8,000 sessions. There's something going wrong. Because of the Aruba DCN telemetry that is one, always on, and two, 100% of the flows, we can drill down further into all of that detail. We have all of the flow records that are needed for a full forensic audit of the environment. IPs, sensors, the server that's impacted, the flow counts, when it was occurring, what country it's coming from, etc. This also allows us to automatically react, like rerouting or stopping dangerous traffic in real time, preventing wider issues and reducing the customer risk. This is also done in a closed loop, unlike traditional monitoring and alerting software. The HPE DCN self-heals and self-protects, and I'd argue that the only vendor to be able to do this today, and we've been leading the way for over 4 years now. Now, managing this intelligent HPE network requires coordination. That's where Aruba Fabric Composer comes in. It's our network fabric planner. It gives us a single view to deploy, manage, and scale out our entire data center network, including the traffic rules or security policies for each and every workload and traffic flow. Scaling our network becomes simpler without waiting for our senior security and network traffic engineers to be available to go make changes. By using Aruba Fabric Composer workflow, we're able to extend the network fabric in a single switch or rack, a DC, or across multiple data centers. Here, what you're seeing is how easy it is to discover an additional switch using an IP and password, adding it to the fabric that's been defined, like the leaf or spine architecture that we're using, and let Aruba Fabric Composer run Layer 3 routing wizard, reapply the underlay and overlay setups, and hey presto, we have a functioning switch in our fabric. In 60 seconds of showing you this, we've added the extra switch into our rack and into our fabric. No other vendor can bring you a secure rack like this in the amount of time without relying on significant Layer 3 resources or Level 3 resources like security network engineers and the like. So, HPE Data Center Networking with CX switches and Aruba Fabric Composer provides intelligent traffic management systems your data center needs. Smooth flow, built-in security for a zero trust network, and simplified management. HPE's been doing this in switching for about 4 years now, even more so with our Pensando partnership for server SmartNICs with AMD. So you can design HPE data center networking on CX with confidence, knowing that you're offering solutions that are not only innovative, but also field hardened and ready to deliver outcomes quickly for our customer. This is what sets HPE apart. We're agnostic to the workloads on a hypervisor. It could be management networks, it could be IP storage. It also offers true stateful firewalling, true full telemetry, true scale-out networking, and it removes codependencies on expensive and large perimeter security services. All right, so are we ready to build more efficient and secure data centers? My charge to you is to take what you've heard today, talk to your data center network expert, and check out our validated solutions. It's worth noting that HPE is super flexible, so if you have incumbents already doing data center networking, come have a chat to your data center networking expert, and we will talk through how we can migrate onto the Aruba Fabric. Anyway, we're here to help you design the right approach, so come speak to us. Thank you so much.